So we just saw a collared dove on that line there, which was quite good to see, but not a pigeon. Something's had a meal. It's the start of something new. After my last trip, where things didn't quite go as planned, I've had time to reflect. The land, the patterns, the mistakes I've made. Now I'm back, better equipped and ready to make it count. With the NV100 Night vision scope attached, today's hunt feels a little bit different being able to film directly through the scope. This is a big game changer. This is day one of a new chapter. So I wanted to say a huge thanks for all the feedback and support on the last video. There were some unconstructive comments, but that's always the way with YouTube. At the end of the day, we have to remind ourselves that we are hunting, and that is not just going out killing things. So sometimes scouting the area and having a nice bushcraft camp isn't a bad thing. You know, I wasn't gutted that I didn't get anything. It just shows that some areas of my technique need to be worked on, and that's what this is all about, learning and improving. But yeah, thank you so much for all the amazing feedback on that video. It really has been amazing. And I've just been really busy for the last few weeks. I've got a big update coming in relation to the truck, but that will come in the future. And also, I was pretty unwell. I think I got COVID. I'm not really sure. My taste kind of went a bit funny. I had a really sore throat, then fevers and stuff like that. So on the mend now, thankfully, but there's been a lot around, so sorry for the delay in getting this video out, but let's go have a little explore. Let's see what's around. It's a bit of a dull day. It's been quite warm for the last few days, so hopefully things are kind of hiding up. We'll just take a very steady stalk in. It's always hard with the camera. That's one thing to take into consideration. I'm lugging around a lot of things, but let's see if we can find any pigeon or rabbits, and if not, let's just have a little explore and a catch up. Just saw one pigeon flying high, which is good, but things aren't still fully out in leaf at the moment, so yeah, we've just got to take a very slow and steady stalk. I have actually got a camouflage kind of face mask on this time, so that should help cover my bright pale skin. So yeah, let's see what we can find. There's a pigeon just flying over there, so I'm going to see what his kind of line of direction is. Obviously there's a lot of say on flight lines, which is a valid point for pigeons, but at this time of the year they don't seem to be following any major pattern. They're not really in flocks at the moment. They're kind of just flying around solo, quite erratic. There's two just there, so I'm just going to stay very still, see where they land. So there seems to be definitely a path over that way. So just looking at this site, it's, like I said, night vision, so it's got infrared on the front, and if I turn this unit on, the screen turns on obviously inside the unit, but obviously if I want to quickly turn it off on standby mode, I just tap that once. Now the screen's off, but if I want to go and quickly shoot, I just tap it once and it's on again. So that's a really nice feature, and it means that you don't have to worry about holding it long press and waiting it to boot up. So I can film on this, so hopefully when I'm zooming in or getting any shots, I'll be able to film, so let's see how we go. There's a pigeon just on the telephone line. Let's see if I can use the cover of these trees to get in. I think those two just spooked the pigeon. Oh, it's still really quiet out, but definitely more activity than last time. more pigeons flying over, so I'm moving to a field area where I'm just going to bed up for a few hours and just see what comes in. Still learning the lay of this land. You can hear plenty of pheasants. Gonna take advantage and have a cornflake cake. Big old raven there. See, I'm just going to have this little snack. There's a pigeon following behind. And another crow. So I've seen a good few pigeons over in a few trees about 150 yards away. I'm just deciding whether I can stalk up. It's so hard with pigeons. They've got such good eyesight. Again, with the air rifle you're really limited as well. I'm gonna go for it because I've got nothing to lose, because they're over there anyway, so let's see. I've got this tiny little roll mat that I'm going to lay out, and yeah, just lay here for the next hour or two in this brush and see if anything lands in front of me. Well, I'm back at the car now. It's been very quiet. Like I said, a lot of hares, a lot of pigeons flying over high, but nothing good for the air rifle as of yet. I've set up and laid down for like an hour and a half in certain places. So yeah, I'm just going to take one last little walk behind me in this area that I haven't attacked. I'm going to take the backpack off and just see a little scout and see what we can get. It's been a really nice day though, beautiful, and it's nice to see spring well on its way with the primroses coming out. And yeah, you got to remember when you come out hunting or doing something like this, yes, the aim is to try and catch something, always, but you can just have a nice time while you're out, and there's nothing to prove by going out and shooting loads of things. I haven't put out any snares today, obviously, because it's only a little day trip, but yeah, just keeping my eyes peeled. Definitely loads of Chinese water deer running around as well. The light's starting to come in now. I've been laying here for a good half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, it's just nothing's really landing up or anything. But we'll just see. We'll keep going. Unfortunately, my camera sight ran out of battery, and I brought the wrong cable, which was my bad. But yeah, just watching some magpies in the field, which if I was in a real survival situation, I'd probably just take them and eat them. But no, hopefully we'll see some more pigeon or rabbits, which I haven't seen any rabbits, just hares. But alas, sorry, it's been an unsuccessful trip again. But it's just the way it is when you're out hunting.
Today might not have gone as planned. The rabbits might have stayed hidden, the pigeons high, but the conditions weren't in my favour, and despite my best efforts, I came up empty-handed. But that's just hunting. It's unpredictable, and that's what keeps bringing me back. Tomorrow is a new day. I've learnt from my mistakes, adjusted my strategy, and I'm heading back out with fresh determination. Even if the conditions haven't changed, my approach has, and this time I'm ready to hunt.
So it's another day, guys, and I've come back out, recharged the batteries. Literally, the scope one was on its last legs on the last trip, and I was only out for about 2 or 3 hours. So I'm on the adjoining farm at the moment. I'm just going to park up the truck and take a little walk out and see what we can find. Some of the fields have just been drilled, so there should be pigeon around, and potentially rabbit, although the rabbits
mainly a dusk and dawn kind of animals at this time of year, so I'm not too hopeful for that, but we'll see what we can find. So we just saw a collared dove on that line there, which was quite good to see, but not a pigeon. Sorry about the shaky footage also, I was just free arming it, stood up. So I pulled up at a new spot and I'm going to glove up, put my kind of face veil on and just take a little walk and a stalk around the edge of this woodland behind me. Yeah, we'll just have to see if we see any pigeon. Seen a few in the distance, so we'll try and stalk up on those. It's lovely to see all the primrose coming out now. It's a real sign of spring just around the corner. And of course, the beautiful blossoms. And for a bit of chocolate before I head out. Lovely bit of energy, although, man, I miss it when these stars were thicker and cheaper. So yeah, apologies, it's not been the most fruitful kind of trips, especially the last one, the 3-day, but that is just the reality of airgun hunting, and I want to show you the realism, like the actual realistic outlook. There's hardly anything around at this time of year. Loads of crows, a lot of things out of season, which obviously if you're in a survival situation, seasons wouldn't really matter, but yeah, definitely lacking opportunity. So just hoping today we can, I'm really looking for a corner of a field I can sit up in and see what I can find at the edge of a kind of field where there's some trees. See if we get any pigeons flying in. I'm not using decoys or anything, so that's another thing. So yeah, we just got to go with the flow, but I'm enjoying it. It's been wonderful to be out and just seeing nature around me, and that's all part of bushcraft. So for your info, I've got my binocular pouch on, my little scent bottle, so I can flick that open, quickly glass out if I need to look at anything. I've got my backpack on, and then you probably can't see, so let me get up. I've got my belt pouch on. So my belt pouch and my backpack just give me access quickly to different things. So in my belt pack, for example, I've got my fire lighting kit, I've got my thermal monocular and a few spare magazines, bits like that. I also keep my gloves in there as well, which are great at covering up this pale skin of mine. In my backpack I've got things like my plate, my knife, my saw, my basic kind of bushcraft bits. So let's have a little swig of some water and get cracking on. It's always the anticipation before the hunt. Let's see if we can come back home with anything. One thing I have done is I've camouflage taped the end of my rifle just to take the shine off the barrel and the canister. So this is camouflage tape that I picked up in Walmart when I was about 12 years old. I'm still rocking the roll. Let's see if it helps cut down that reflection that pigeons tend to see. I've just seen 2 rabbits, I think, in the field. I'm going to have to stalk up on them, really crawl in, so I'm going to pack the camera away and I'll get a bit closer. It's a bit too far even with binoculars to tell. Well, that was nice to see the hares having a little play and a box and a run around together. Yeah,
Shame that they were hares and not rabbits, but it does make sense for the time of day. But it was good to get a little stalk in, really nice and close, and yeah, give it a go. I've just seen 2 pheasants running off in the field. I don't know what they're running for. They know they're safe. Tell you what, it can definitely be disheartening at times not seeing anything, but you can't take it too seriously. Seen the pigeon, quite a few deer, but again it's been a long walk with nothing, so I'm just going to sit up now at the edge of this field and woodland and see what we can see come in. If something's had a meal. Just starting to get a pitter patter of rain now. It's just starting to sprinkle, so I'm just going to bed up somewhere. Oh, so again, sorry I haven't filmed loads today. It's always hard to film walking around when you're trying to shoot as well in glass. But yeah, I'm just going to take a little trek down to a different part of the farm and just corner up under some cover and see what I can see. A little bit of rain coming in now, but I've been going for the last 3 or 4 hours walking and bedding up, so let's see what we can find. So because this rain's coming in a little bit, I'm just going to start making my way downtown. No, I'm just going to make my way to a different corner of the farm and see what we can see. Definitely the season where everything is a little bit scarce. One thing is, obviously, we have as a bonus right now when we're air gun hunting or shooting is the fact that we can see a lot more, but so can the prey, so can the quarry. So yeah, it's always one of those hard things. As spring comes, more will be in leaf and it will be harder to see everything. So there's pros and cons to every side. But yeah, let's just have a little look and a browse and see what we can find in a different spot of this farm. So many crows and jackdaws around, it's unbelievable. I've seen a few pigeons just moving into some trees, so we'll see if we can stalk up on those. I don't think I'm too hopeful. We'll see what we can do. I see some rabbits. Do you see them? Just between the 2 blue barrels. Oh yes. Oh, it's too far. Well, I saw an amazing amount of rabbits, as you guys just saw on the scope footage. When I'm using that scope, it keeps knocking my zero out, the 1 leaf one, because I have just zeroed with the rifle without the night vision, and it's absolutely fine. But with it, every time I missed, it was going up and left, so I'm going to have to sort that out. But many missed opportunities. I'm a bit annoyed I didn't just use the gun. You probably can't see, guys, just got this rabbit. Oh, sorry, and thank you so much. Well, there we have it, guys. Finally caught a rabbit. It was literally pitch black. You can see just how dark it was getting. It was last light and I could almost not see it. I took a shot, but I definitely need to zero a tiny little bit more. I hit it through the lungs, long shot. So he ran a little while and I had to go and put him out of his misery by breaking his neck. So thank you very much. Let's see his last little bite. Right, considering how late it is, guys, I'm going to gut this up and then I'm probably going to have to head back, so I'm going to freeze this and we'll make a meal out of it. So I'm having to do this in front of the car headlights because it is literally so dark outside. So I've got a beautiful rabbit, guys. Last shot literally just as it went dark. I could see the silhouette in the scope, but it was very hard. I wasn't using the night vision, so yeah, very happy. You can see it just got a shot just through the ribs, top spine as well. So lovely sized rabbit and really good condition. So one of the first things to do when you get your rabbit is just massage down, and you can see there the urine start to leak out. So I'm going to gut this out and then I'm not going to skin it because I'm actually going to freeze it, because unfortunately I've got to go back to work. So I'm not going to be able to process this and cook it today, but I am going to freeze him and then we'll cook him on the next. And then the next time you see me, we'll be cooking this fella. I'm going to gut him up now and then I'm going to freeze him so we can cook him on the next day that I'm out, because I've unfortunately ran out of time today and I've got to go back to work. So it's a really good feed, and if I was camping out, this would feed me for tonight. Really happy. So yeah, massive thank you to you fella, honestly really appreciate it. It's been a while since I've had rabbit, so yeah, let's get this gutted up and put in the freezer ready for the next day. So we've got a nice male rabbit here, really good size, and the coat's in perfect condition. No myxomatosis, and yeah, really handy. Nice to see. So this was just on the entrance to the farm that I managed to get this just as it came in dark, so apologies I didn't film too much of it. Now, what you can do with rabbits when you catch them, if you want to tuck this leg through, you can do what we call legging it, and that's just running a cut through here behind the tendons, and it allows you to flick through. So I'll quickly show you that anyway. So on this leg here, there's a back tendon. Right at the back, you can feel it with your fingers, just there. So if you run a little cut through there, you can tuck the other leg through. So just a little cut through there, and then this leg can go through. So once it's legged like that, you can hold it, and then you can walk around with your brace like that. Obviously we don't need to do that right now, but we can undress him. So you want to grab that belly fur and you want to try and make sure that you don't nick into the stomach. So give it a good pull up and then lift a quick little incision in. Sometimes it helps by going across. So just get yourself in like that, just with a little cut. So once we're in, you follow him up. So inside there you've got all your guts, and what you can do is turn them inside out and give them a good shake, and all of that will come out, and you can grab your knife and just nip around the top. So you can see right now all the guts kind of hanging out. I'm going to go clean that up in the hedge. So I've given that a good shake out, and then with the tail area, I like to just rip the tail down, and that normally releases the intestines from inside. If it doesn't, then yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance. What we can just do is just go inside, make sure that we've cleaned him fully out. All of those guts, and I'll throw them in the hedge in a minute for the fox. So reach up, we'll grab the lungs the heart. So we got that cleaned out into that cavity now. Again, thank you very much, Mr. Rabbit, for your incredible offering. If you can see, there's the bladder and the guts. Really healthy animal. Really, really healthy. So you can see a bit of a bloody job, but we could just wipe our hands off on the grass. And then these bits here, we're going to go throw in the hedge, just for Mr. Fox. So there we have one rabbit, gutted and ready to go. You can just cut the head off, which I probably will do, to be honest, because I don't really need the head. But let's leave that as he is for now, up until next time, and we can defrost him and get him cooking on the campfire. And again, honestly, a massive thank you for watching so far. Apologies that I didn't get the shot on camera. It was just so dark, and I didn't even have the night vision scope on. So I do think there was a little bit of zeroing issues with that. And yeah, I'm just glad that I managed to get one rabbit. Unfortunately, I'm not even camping out tonight. So like I said, I'm going to freeze that, and then I'll be out in the next few days to cook this lovely rabbit up and demonstrate to you how we can do that in a bushcraft style. Cook it up, spit roast it probably, we'll dress him out so we've got a nice skin as well. He's all gutted, so I'm going to go clean my hands and then get heading off. But honestly guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope you've enjoyed. So yeah, a little bit annoying that I couldn't skin that guy up tonight and spit roast it for a nice meal. I would have absolutely loved to, but it's just getting a little bit too late and I do have to get back home now. So I'm going to go lock up all the farm gates that I've opened and get on my way. But thank you so much guys for tuning in. We'll probably return when I'm cooking up this rabbit in the woods and having an amazing feast. So I'll see you on the flip side. So there's the rabbit that we just got all bagged up, and he's going to go in the freezer ready for the next trip out where we'll cook him up bushcraft style. So what a good way to wrap up the evening, getting a rabbit at last light. And just using the scope as it was perfect. It gave me a bit more confidence about the zero of my rifle. And of course with the lighting, my shot was a little bit back. I don't really like going for body shots at all with rabbits. I'd normally go for the head. So that was just lucky that it did put it down and it was a swift, humane kill. Using the One Leaf AI night vision sight was really good. Obviously I didn't actually get to use it in the dark, which would have been helpful because it ran out of battery before then because I was doing a lot of filming. But the one thing I will say is it has thrown my zero off when using this, so I definitely want to go out and calibrate that before I go out next time, just for the ethical reason of it. So I'm happy that I had clean misses because I really don't want to injure rabbits or any animals when I'm out shooting, so it is a big case of going out to check that zero. So next time before I use this, or when I'm on camera using it, we'll go through some zeroing together. But a really good tool and a really good asset, and yeah, it would have been handy for that last shot to get it on camera for you guys, but at least you got to see the dispatch bit, which I know isn't the most pleasant thing to do, but you do have to, it's obviously just a part of shooting if the animal is twitching around a little bit once you've done your shot. I always like to apologise to the animal when I'm doing that because obviously I'm taking its life, and I like to thank it as well. So that's just something I do. Not everyone does that, not everyone has to do that. You might think it's strange, but yeah, nevertheless, a really good evening and a really good last few days getting out. And like I've said, air gunning is notoriously hard. You got to be within like 30 to 40 yards maximum, really. You know, sub 15 yards if you're going for squirrels. They're really hard buggers. And you've got to be pinpoint accurate to get them ethically and cleanly. So that's one big thing. But hunting is never just going out killing, so do remember that if you're ever going out. Don't be too hard on yourself if you haven't got something. It's just the nature of it. And at the end of the day, we are harvesting animals, so giving them the due respect that they deserve and doing it ethically is the thing that it's all about. So yeah, I had really good fun. I can't wait to cook up that rabbit. So I'll catch up with you guys when I'm back in the field and we'll cook it up bushcraft style.